So we're back here with Sebastien Sasseville and Outrun Diabetes, and so the first thing, I'm always shocked, pleasantly surprised you have this big smile on your face. Um, Tell me where you are, and I know you've got a couple of big days in front of you this week, and how many days on the road, how many kilometers, and just kind of give us a quick update.
Okay, so I'm sitting in Edmonton, New Brunswick. I actually started to run in the province of Quebec today. So I ran the last few kilometers in New Brunswick and ran on the border. And I'm 19 kilometers in Quebec City now. So that's very exciting. We're going to switch hotels later tomorrow. So they almost 3 months on the road, still smiling. But I'm going to say, it's getting pretty tough out there. My legs are not getting any pressure. This morning was great. This afternoon, when I ran this afternoon, so I run 20 in the morning, 20 in the afternoon. It was pretty tough. So they're definitely tough days. I must be about 2,000 kilometers into the journey. I haven't seen a surprise party come in from Patrick, so maybe he's saving his trumpet for later. But I'm going to say 2,000 kilometers in, which is I'm surprised. I didn't know how things would go. I feel a lot of support. The legs are, still running. All the events, all the stuff we're doing, it's definitely giving us a lot of energy to continue doing what we're doing. So all is well. All is well.
And I know we just finished a long holiday weekend across Canada, and a lot of people had, time off and with family and friends. And so can you talk about how challenging it is for you to go through not only the running every day, but just life and being away from family and friends?
Yeah, it's tough. But for you guys that you had a long weekend off, we didn't. So it's, we knew what we were getting into. We knew it would be a crazy year, but it is. Sometimes we talk about it's important to deal with the choices we make, but and accept the choices we make and make the best of it. But it doesn't always mean it's easy. So it's tough, but we're going to see friends and family very, very soon. I know of a few gatherings and parties coming up, so that's good. I'm excited to be running in the province of Quebec, definitely.
And just to let everybody know, to honor Sebastien coming home, right? You're coming home. Running in your home province. That our next couple of interviews, we have a couple of guest interviewees that will be doing these interviews in French. So just to let everybody know that's coming while you're in Quebec.
Yeah, fantastic. And we're going to be posting a lot of. We tried to post in both languages. Didn't always have the time, but we're going to do a lot of most posts will be in French as we run through the province.
And I think you'll see a lot of Montreal Canadian jerseys and flags as well.
Yeah.
One of the questions too is, following not only the run, but you've been going to a lot of events, not only in schools, but in community centers, restaurants, speaking to patients and healthcare providers. Can you tell me a little bit about the events and how that helps support you in your mission?
Yeah. So the events are probably what I like the most about the project. It's the most exhausting part of the project. I'm starting to feel like I'm I'm relaxing during the day when I run, and then as soon as I'm done running, then it gets crazy with the rest of the PR and events. But they are so rewarding. They are so much fun. We do big events. We do small events. We kind of never know who's going to show up. And even if just one person shows up, that makes us happy, and it's always a good time. So that's that. It is great to meet a lot of people, to share about the message, share about the journey, and give an opportunity to people to be a part of the project and to feel like this is their run. It's not Sebastian's run. It's everybody's run. So that's good. And so now in terms of different ways that people can support us, social media is big. So if you see us online, get your friends to like us, to follow us, to share the stuff that we post, help us get more people at our events. That's always fantastic. We don't have the bandwidth to organize more events, but we love when people take the lead and organize the events, and we kind of just show up and that's our contribution. So we get a lot of, why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? Oh, you should do more speaking engagements. And I'm like, sure. But, it takes a lot of time to put together those events, as you know too well. So if people come up with a great idea, want to get involved, then at the end of the day, you do it for your community. You're putting together some kind of an event, a run with them. We went to schools, all that kind of stuff. Just send us an email, share your ideas with us, take the lead on them, and we'll do what we can to help. But most of all, we'll show up and try to make that a good event. All people that have privileged connections with media, that helps us tremendously. We like food as well. If you're a good cook, you can definitely get in touch with us. I love massages, so that's fantastic too. And that's about it.
Well, and I'm glad that you answered that, because it's the number one question that people ask me about you, is they want to know how they can support you. There's so many people, Sebastien, of where you haven't arrived in Canada that are thinking of you, and they just want to support you in any way. And the other question I wanted to ask you is, I know you on your website you have a map of where you're going, because people want to plan their schedule so they don't miss you in their town. So maybe you can talk a little bit about the website too.
Yeah, so it's outrundiabetes.ca, vaincre le diabète en français. So there's a section about all of our events, and obviously we don't have all the events for the whole country yet, but all the events for the province of Quebec are there. We're going to start adding the events for Ontario, so when people can know what events are going on and when. And then we're hoping to get more detailed in terms of getting a running map and predicted dates for certain cities, so people have a better idea of where we're going to be and when.
Okay, and I would be remiss if I didn't show what came in the mail. Yeah, it's so beautiful. Look at that.
So shiny.
So thank you very much for my own disco ball for the fan of the week. And can you talk a little bit about how one becomes fan of the week so they can get one of their own disco balls?
Yeah, so we're starting to have a little bit of fun with that. Every week, it's typically on Fridays, we'll post on Facebook who's our fan of the week. And it can be anything. It's just like a person who went above and beyond to support us. Or sometimes it's just like, a nice email that we got. Anything that kind of made our week. someone who's promoting us on social media. But we find those gestures and emails, and it's so touching that we just needed to acknowledge them. So we have a lot of fun with that.
Cool. Well, thank you. And I got out my disco music and cranked it. So
good.
And the last question is, do you have any message for, there's lots of people, not only coast to coast in Canada, that are cheering you on and really are behind you, but also around the world. And do you have any message for all the supporters that are really behind you?
Oh, well, thank you. Thanks so much, because it's, there's some tough days out there. So to know that we're not alone, just, running out there, and it feels very good. And but at the end of the day, I don't think that what's important is what I do, but it's what it means. So there's a ton of people out there that are doing extremely meaningful things for this community, for people living with diabetes. And I think the more there are, the less we're going to need, people around running across the country. And sometimes I view my job as, doing everything that I can to put myself outside of a job, right? Out of a job. So I think we're all in this together, and one day soon we won't need anyone running across Canada with diabetes. It's going to be a good thing.
Yes, and we can look back and laugh. Well, thank you again for taking the time. I know I've seen your schedule and beyond the running and sleeping in hotel rooms, and I know what it takes out of you, but you always make time for us, and we really appreciate that.
We're going to move in the RV very soon. We love our RV. It looks really good with all the branding on it, and we found a name for it. We already found a name, but what we should have done, we should have had a contest.
A contest?
In the RV.
Hey, well, you know what? Let the marketing people worry about that. You can keep running. Do you want to announce the name right now, or do you want to save that?
The name is Charlotte. It's a female. We're pretty clear on that, and her name is Charlotte.
Oh, nice. Okay, well, I look forward to meeting her and seeing you soon. And I know it means a lot to you to run into your home province of Quebec and see a lot of friends and family. And all the best, and enjoy every moment. And we'll touch base with you probably in another week or so.
Awesome. Look forward to it.
All right. Thanks again, Sebastien.
Thank you.
Bye.